The internet and computers play such a huge role in our everyday lives that it has become hard to imagine how it would be if we didn't have them anymore. Take the Wi-Fi down for 5 minutes and watch the ensuing calls. Make a popular site crash for the entire day and it's like a sign of the apocalypse. Taking this into consideration, and all the horror stories that center around making common things scary, it's no surprise how many cyber horror movies are out there. However, there is a saying about the subgenre, and it is, handle with care to avoid making friend requests. You know those genetic experiments that are abominations against nature? Well, friend request is basically what happens when you do it with movies, while also adding several pounds of cliches just in case. No wonder the final result is even worse than the girl dog chimera from Full Metal Alchemist. Minus the emotion. I'm Dr. Midnight. Let's dissect friend request.
It's my unfortunate responsibility to share with you some terrible news. A fellow student, Marina Mills, committed suicide.
Wow, we started this rather nicely, didn't we? So it turns out some girl called Marina killed herself and, rumor has it, she filmed it. That's taking the whole pictures or it didn't happen a little too seriously. And apparently this video somehow ended up on the school site before being taken down. How? I don't know, I only work here.
One of your classmates died and all you care about is whether you can see it?
Don't be so harsh on her, this is probably the only interesting thing that will happen in the entire movie. We then cut to 2 weeks earlier and meet our protagonist, Laura. Oh look, an attractive popular girl with a fun, amazing and perfect life. I never saw that before.
Internet addiction disorder doesn't belong in the DSM. That is frequently symptomatic of other disorders. Often it's an escape from things we don't want to deal with. I think we might have an excellent example right here in class.
You know, I'll just take this out of the way and it's just an idea, but since you're in a university anyway, maybe you could check if they have classes on how to show don't tell the themes of your story. Contrary to your apparent belief, there's a difference between that and a punch in the fucking face. You kinda got the whole idea after being bombarded by photos of Miss Instagram 222. Laura receives a friend request from Marina, who is from her class as well.
0 friends? How is that not like super weird?
Is she like 12 years old?
I like prank videos that were old when YouTube was new. I'm a mature lady. But okay, I agree on the having no friends on Facebook being weird. Oh, I know making friends is not easy for everyone, and this is the stupid get a friend suggested everyday Facebook. That's not my point. My point is that she's awesome. Seriously, look at that. I know it's meant to be creepy, but I honestly think it's beautiful. Can't I spend the next hour just watching her animations?
I literally saw her pull an eyelash out today.
No, it's a condition. It's called trichotillomania.
Movie, you get 1 point for using the actual name. You also lose 10 for using said condition in such a poor taste. Giving a disorder to a character is one thing. Using it as a cheap device to make them creepier because you lack the skills to do it yourself is another. So you know, fuck off. Laura accepts Marina's request, however doesn't take long for things to get messy, as Marina is a little too excited about having a friend, to say the least. Well, she hasn't left a cat's head in your mailbox yet, so I think you're safe for now.
She gonna be your friend or your first mental patient?
You're such a jerk. So yeah, by now we all realized we're way deep into cliché land. I wonder what else we're missing. Oh, of course. Movie. I think its scene was misplaced. The character is supposed to start having nightmares like that after something plot relevant happens. At least wait until Marina sends her the tape with the creepy images. Wait. Sorry, wrong movie. Marina's behavior unsettles Laura even more when she finds the girl has photoshopped a picture of them together by using one of the photos from Laura's Facebook. See? The internet is bad and oversharing is dangerous, kids.
Dude, scroll down. I want to see your timeline.
Jesus.
Well, although this is not my area of expertise, taking into account the images and the obvious cliché fuckfist wearing, I would say this girl was not exactly treated with kindness when she was younger. Or maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe she's just a fan of David Lynch.
Laura, this girl isn't right. Why are you hanging out with her?
Wait, what do you mean hanging out? We saw those two talking face to face only once. Laura is disturbed because Marina has invited herself to her birthday party, but not to the point of getting off her ass and try to at least do something about it. Instead, she just sits back until she gets a call from the stalker girl on her birthday. Oh dear, I knew I was forgetting something.
What about tonight? Aren't you celebrating with your friends?
It's just Tyler and I tonight. We're going out to dinner, so.
Well, okay. It's not the worst excuse ever. But you know the only tiny, itsy-bitsy little flaw in this otherwise perfect plan? She posts several photos on her Facebook page, which is like part of Marina's daily reading. What the fuck is wrong with you? Aren't you the one scared that this girl is going out single white family? How do you think she will react to that?
To my little green bean, who makes me so proud every day.
Cute. But it would be a lot more touching if I knew who this girl is. You know, just making her all nice and being addicted to the internet is not quite enough to be considered a personality. The Sims I created more complex than that. Marina, of course, is upset. I don't know if it's because of the lie or because she just realized how much of a dumbass Laura is.
Marina, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
I had a present for you. I worked on it for 2 weeks. You have any idea how it feels to be alone?
That went well. She talks with her boyfriend, right in the middle of his class, because it's not like any of Joe's idiots studies anyway, and later she gets another call from Marina, along with a few messages. Marina, you're not exactly helping your case here. Deciding that enough is enough, Laura friends Marina. Yeah, this should fix everything. This earns her a creepy vision of, I don't know, one of the faulty mirrors from the Queen of Snow White, I guess. The next day, they learn that Marina committed suicide. Well, I guess unfriending her was the answer all along. But, le gasp, there might be something strange about the suicide. Unless they found out her body was just a sort of pod people cocoon thing, I don't care.
There's not going to be a funeral. There's no body. Her contact info, her social security, it's all been deleted from the school database.
Oh dear, if only the university had any sort of physical registration of hers to help. That night, Laura receives another message from Marina. Even the afterlife has better Wi-Fi than my so-called office. It turns out Marina's ghost, or her curse, or whatever the hell they'll be using now, has sent Laura the video of her suicide. And just like that, we lost the only character we could give a slight damn about. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, I know both of them are walking cliches, but at least one of them doesn't look like she belongs in the High School Musical sitcom. On the following day, Laura discovers there might be something wrong with her account.
Is that the video you posted?
No, someone did. I did.
She can't delete the video or change her Facebook password, and Marina is back on her friends list. As her beloved friends comment on her page, she writes a post about how her account was hacked. No, scratch that. She has to deal with the old police are useless trope in the form of two officers who think she posted the video and who apparently never heard the words hacked account. Did they just move here from some made-for-TV sci-fi movie?
So according to you, Miss Woodson, this video just magically appeared on your timeline this morning. There must be some reason this girl burned that picture of you.
Multiple students reported you harassing Marina.
Hey, while the dialogue going nowhere is happening, let me get this straight. The police are investigating the suicide. They saw the damn video in Laura's account, and yet they didn't saw the messages Marina sent before? Or did the hacker ghost erase those as well?
But in the meantime, Laura, if you can't delete that video, you're gonna have to delete your profile.
Oh, being hacked by a spirit or deleting her account? Don't make her choose! Also, I'm going to spare everyone the time and assume she doesn't try to delete the video or request to delete her account in front of them to show she's unable to do it. Then again, maybe it won't be of much use. It's not like there's a police team that specifically deals with cyber-related matters. Who wrote this shit?
What about the dead girl I can unfriend?
A central help that ends up not helping? That I can believe. Luckily for Laura, one of her convenient talking friends apparently understands a lot of computers. He tries to see the page's code, but it seems to be literally in another language. Was she hacked by an alien? What the fuck?
You have no idea how crazy that is, do you?
Why do you ask? It looks so absolutely normal. God, it's not enough that I have to witness this festival of stupidity, now you want me to participate as well?
I can't even copy this. This isn't code.
But to not have one, I mean, that's like being born without fingerprints.
They find an illustration that resembles the way Marina killed herself, but they decide not to do anything with it for now, and Laura spends the night with her boyfriend. Well, sure he'll help her through this hard time.
Is this gonna be a thing now? You and Kobe hanging out in his dorm room.
I know the video of someone's suicide is stuck on your social media page and your friend knows about computers, but I need to know if this is going to be a thing. They don't see the new posts, this time being photos of one of Laura's friends whom we don't care about and whose name we don't know. All we know is that he's being haunted by strange visions. I don't know if you can blame that on Marina. For all we know, he just realized what kind of movie he was in. His girlfriend is hospitalized after the shock and is not particularly happy with Laura's visit.
This is all her fault. Gus wasn't himself. He was having nightmares. So am I.
We are never going to learn when this happened, so we'll just have to take her word for it. Even though this makes no fucking sense. It seems it has been just one day since Marina killed herself. What's up with this whole "he was having nightmares" thing? But then this is never mentioned again, and none of the other characters have Joe's nightmares, so I guess this was just a scene they forgot to delete. The nameless guy that video is uploaded to Laura's account as well. Unlike before, she can't delete it. So she does what she should have done in the first place and tries to write a post explaining that her account was hacked, but the technological ghost is onto her. I think the smiley is sort of ruining the thread here. While investigating, and I'm being very generous with the term here, Laura and her friend realized that Marina and the dead dude became Facebook friends before he died, and that they can hear wasps in the video. Looks like it's time to start the obviously true supernatural theories. Oh, this ought to be rich.
She's got black wasps all over her profile. I did some research. They say they appeared wherever witches lived.
Yeah, sure, why not? So University Barbie and her sidekick go into Marina's room on the campus, searching for clues. Probably like a broom on the black cat. After seeing some more creepy drawings to remind us how scary and freaky Marina was, they find an old photo that leads Laura to an orphanage.
Are you the young lady who called? Marina's friend?
Yes.
We had a little argument last time I saw her alive and she creeped the hell out of me, but other than that, we are total besties. We then find out that, what a shock, Marina had a dark and troubled past.
Sometimes she would just stare at the computer for hours. Nothing on the screen at all. The kids became terrified of her.
Oh yeah, they look terrified. You get the sensation that the movie realized midway that Marina was simply not a remarkable character, let alone an antagonist, and showed this dark past in the story in an attempt to fix the situation. We later get some more stuff about how her mother was in a terrible fire while pregnant, and guess what? Nothing of this adds anything to Marina's character. If anything, it makes things worse. Meanwhile, the hacker friend finds a post of Marina with the words "dark mirrors", and some research reveals that they were used for witchcraft and something black magic. Laura's boyfriend finally thinks that, oh yeah, maybe I should write on her Facebook page about how she's not the one posting the videos. But it doesn't work any better for him. And we learn that apparently the Facebook witch liked that Case 39 movie. At least enough to rip it off. Coincidentally, Laura calls him at that moment to tell him that Marina's bullies died when they were kids and were swarmed by black wasps. Then she asks him to try and find Marina's medical records. Since the boyfriend can only die at the climax of the movie, nothing else happens to him. Not that Marina minds much as she remembers that the nameless guy from earlier had an expendable girlfriend. The cops talk with Laura once more regarding her newest addition to the suicide tub, also asking where she got the footage from the elevator.
The good news for you is we can't link your IP address to any of these videos.
Don't you think this should have been the start of our conversation?
We couldn't find any address at all, which doesn't make any sense.
Having had their one moment of rationality in the movie, and I again being very generous with the terms, we leave the cops aside again as Laura keeps losing her online friends. And as for her real life ones, Marine is all, bitch, I make the rules. The boyfriend gets her file with just some more sad past stuff. At least the friend has some new info about the whole magic mirrors mumbo jumbo.
If they were being hunted, they would hang and burn themselves in front of a black mirror and become something else. A demon?
I take it back. Movie, mind deciding what your so-called villain is? First submit your old grudge against the evil deal or a ghost. Then you implied this girl was a witch. Now she might have turned into a demon. Why don't you go all the way and make her a werewolf as well? Oh, and if the whole Black Mirror magic wasn't enough, take a load of this. In order to stop the witch demon, they have to destroy her Black Mirror, which, you guessed it, is her laptop. I don't even... What can I... Was this written by an 11-year-old? No wonder Blonde McBlonson here decides that screw this and out of here. Well, that won't make anyone think you are the one stalking the dead girl. Actually, do you know what I just realized? All the truly useful information that might help them was found by the boyfriend and the friend. Besides going to the orphanage and finding out about the dead bullies, which was only to confirm that they are the two dead children her friend saw because this movie thinks we're all idiots, Laura has done absolutely nothing on her own. No wonder her friends are pissed, it's like she doesn't give a fuck that they're dying. However, Blonde's plan to save her skin doesn't quite work out. Damn, they told me the bug control service here sucks. Oh look, the white female waspy version of Candyman. Laura and her boyfriend arrive in time to catch Blondie up. In a way. Since she probably has nothing better to do, Laura, as well as her friend, head to the old house where Marina's mother lived, hoping to find the laptop.
Don't go there alone.
I'm not alone. I'm with Kobe.
Why are you going with him? Am I not good enough, Laura? The tweeting ghost doesn't bother trying to stop Laura or the soap opera as she's busy possessing Blondie. How exactly did you miss the crazy-eyed snarling girl coming at you? Marina gets the cop's gun and, hey, since she's already dead, she can try and see how it feels to have a bullet going through your brain.
Really?
Okay, that was funny. In the ruins of the house, Laura and her friend go check the basement and... Seriously, how damn huge was this house? They split for a moment for no other reason than to make the friend reenact the end of the Blair Witch Project with a mirror. Oh, he looks fine. Now for the part we all knew was coming ever since this guy's first line.
She can't make you lonely if you're dead.
Laura escapes, and this guy must be a really lame stabber considering how she manages to run away. She stops at the most convenient spot where she can see a building exactly like the one in Marina's drawings. Her boyfriend catches up with stabber friend, but he's not quite in a conversational mood. Laura, why did you let him stab you? You never let me do that. Laura sends him the address of the building, and she tells him to meet her there. Because even though she was in a deserted place in the middle of nowhere, she somehow walked long enough to find a cab and is now on her way to said building, all while apparently still bleeding from a knife wound. You throw this part of cliches, you make me sit here and put up with just boring characters, now you have the guts to insult me like that?
Are you sure you don't want me to take you to a hospital?
Don't worry, it's a convenient Hollywood wound. It can kill an extra but not the protagonist. She gets to the building with her boyfriend arriving shortly after, and since he's with an unstable boy who already stabbed his girlfriend, he simply tells the guy to stay put. Yeah, that's the smart thing to do. Why don't you just give him his knife back while you're at it? Hell, why even bring him along at all? Drop him at some street and then go meet your girlfriend, you fucking idiot. Laura walks around and receives a FaceTime call from her mom and... Yeah, low blow there, Mari, low blow. She reunites with her boyfriend, but crazy friend cuts the reunion short. Hey, I told you to stay put. Since she's being chased by a crazy guy, that's the time for Laura's wound to slow her down, allowing the crazy ex-friend to catch up to her. But he fails to consider that Marina may not take well to this interference. Finally, Laura is alone. Her friends are gone, and worse, she's no longer popular on Facebook.
What else do you want from me?
Marina appears to Laura as a little girl because, hey, horror movies have creepy children, right?
I just want to be friends, Laura. Best friends.
Look, Marina, even as a ghost witch demon, I think you can do better than that. Laura crawls towards a small room, finally find Marina's corpse and her laptop, which, sucks her into Marina's world? Gives her an hallucination? Look, the movie's almost over, let go, okay? She finds a final jump scare and they cut to, I don't know, another university, months later, who cares? Anyway, we see that Laura is now possessed by Marina and seems the cycle is about to start again. So this was Friend Request. Was it made for a competition of lamest horror movie ever? It is such a mess. When the movie doesn't overdose with cliches, it makes up several things that contribute nothing to the plot or are never mentioned again. The characters are among the blandest I have ever seen, and even Marina only seems to stand out because she's the opposite of them, but in the end, she's not much better. Actually, there are a few times when I feel even the movie is unsure of her identity as an antagonist. I guess they try to make her freaky and eerie, but most of the time she just comes off as sad. Strange and its issues, yes, but still more sad and lonely than anything else. Hell, if you think about it, the theme of internet addiction and friendships has several aspects that can be explored, not only by the horror genre. Ages ago, the so-called Facebook friendships could become real-life friendships. Yet nowadays, for some people, this seems to be actually inverted. It's as if the idea of collecting friends has left the virtual world. In fact, this seems to be present in the movie, though not plot-wise. The protagonist is all perfect, cute and happy, and the movie clearly wants you to like her. Yet in the end, she's no different than some internet persona. We can't relate to her because she doesn't feel real. Even the end was nothing that you haven't seen before. When Laura reached that room, I almost thought it would surprise us. That perhaps she would end up locked in there with Marina's corpse, and this would be her learning how it felt to be alone. In the end, the only really scary thing is that people said yes to this script at all.